Good evening, everyone. I hope your week was tolerable. I hope that you're having a good time, that you're excited, because this could potentially be the last Blueprint stream. I don't know what's behind the holly door at the end of the tunnel. My dad gave me cryptic instructions about it. He told me that I should pick the right option. I don't know what that means. But if there's, hopefully, I mean, presumably there's some big secret at the end. I'm excited to discover. And it could very well be that that is the end of what is productive to keep playing this game for. There's at least 2 other things that we can do. I know how to get to one room that I looked up. That was how I figured that it existed in the first place. And then there are some logs that we can read that we'll probably go read at the start of the stream. And then, like, I mean, there are still unsolved mysteries, but at some point, 35 streams in, 35 2-hour streams, we're pushing on more than 2 hours in some cases, pushing on like 100 hours of playtime, and that's just a lot of content that I can't imagine anyone truly sitting through all of. I'll probably make a playlist of like the good episodes of the streams once I decide to wrap up, but most of that hinges on whether behind the holly door there is more actionable information or whether it is an ending to the game of some sort. My gut says there's probably going to be more that we can do afterwards, but we're just going to have to see. The other thing I looked up, there was a note online that said that even after ascending the throne room as we did at the end or the middle of last stream, it still registers as a black print. That is a bug, and so that might have been why we couldn't draft it. We couldn't find it on the days that we tried afterwards. So I'm gonna do the black banner of the king set to black first, and hopefully we can get the throne room that way. Because then after we get the throne room, if we also get the treasure trove, then we can pick up the blue scepter and have that be pick up the blue scepter and have that give us the 8 consecutive blue rooms that we need. We'll take the boudoir, because we do want to save blue rooms if possible. But yeah, end of last stream, we managed to get the Blueprint's crown scepter set to blue, and the cursed idol. And we're not cursed right now, which is great, because we did wear that off a couple of days by playing a couple of days. But we got all of them and entered the throne room, which ascended it to the throne of the blueprints, which is great. Honestly, the hitbox is sketchy enough. I'm not going to try to pick up that pile of gold because it truly doesn't matter. Chapel's okay. That's a really good orientation for the conference room. I'm going to take that. But yeah, we're looking for 5 gems and then drafting the throne room as quick as we can. The biggest thing I still wanted to see, there is a way to access security footage from security. And I'm most interested in what footage we can see. Because there are two things. That's a shame. Words are hard. There are 2 pictures or whatever, 2 items that designate security cameras as significant, and I would like to see what, man, So many good blue rooms getting drafted already. I think we'll put the coat check here. It's awful. I don't want to spend a gem here. So we'll take the kettle. Hi, buddy. We gotta redraw that. Hey, bud. Dogs are so cute. Come on, fam. Oh, not like this. One coupon book. Pretty low impact. No, sorry, we want that high because we have already turned off security. Yeah, being able to see, because one of them points to the archive footage here, and then another one, I think, pointed to the vault. I think it was this one. There's a note in the attic that I think points to the vault. Sure. Five plus 1 plus 2. It's 8 times 2 is 16. 1 plus 2 is 3, minus 3 is 0, times 15 is 0, plus 2. 20 squared. I think it's inner than outer, so I think it's inverted to 2 squared to 4. Secret garden key, that's nice. Nice when we already have the conference room, especially. I could have used the silver key there, that probably would have been a good spot for it. We're already pretty low on keys, which blows. We can probably go do... I passed up the parlor earlier, which is a real kick in the teeth, given how quickly we saw the throne room. Always good, gives us another key. I think we just take the parlor here, because then we can draft the throne room. Assuming we get it right. Let's not forget how many times we've failed. The blue box contains the gems. This is the black box. Oh, thank you so much for making it easy. Because this is false, this is false. That means this has to be true. And that means they're in the blue box. Yeah. Study just gives us, well, I guess the storeroom probably gonna be better. We need a lot more keys. If we're gonna keep drafting, we're gonna need keys. Also, we're pretty low on steps already. We could do the dark room. We could do the Great Hall. Then we actually redraw. Because I was hoping that we would get to be thrown to the blueprints here. Okay. What are you? Okay, that's the Morajai box note. Yeah. Okay. So now we need to draft 8 consecutive blue rooms. That's going to be hard, given how many we've already... How many that aren't dead ends we've already drafted. But we only need to do it once, so if it screws up the run, that's okay. Shoot. Let's go to the commissary, because we're gonna, hopefully we can buy gems. Of course we can't. Why would we be able to buy gems if we want to? Why would we ever be able to buy gems when we want to? Looking for turnips here. Okay. Yeah, not having drafted the observatory yet hurts, because being able to reroll there would have been great. Get more steps. Get this out of the way. Oh look, a useless keycard. A coin. Nothing else. Okay. I wanted to get to rank 8 to have dinner served before I went back to the treasure trove, but I think it might be worth it. Well, it's so many steps. Maybe we go to security, and if the door is unlocked or is locked, draft the secret garden there, because then conference room also gives us a bunch of steps. I think I like that plan. And then that justifies going back and getting the scepter. Please be locked. Yeah. Also makes it very easy to get to room 46, should we so desire. I wish it was the other side, because we're much less likely to get over there. I'm not going to open both doors, because I'm lazy, and it just takes forever. So we will grab the lunchbox on our way back, I think. Or, I mean, 81 steps. We probably don't need the lunchbox yet with all that fruit. I do want to open this just in case. There is no realm that flies the white flag. And this is on a red moon. Yeah, that would have picked up earlier than we wanted. Okay. Now let's go probably up from the secret garden, because we might be able to get the... Okay, I guess we can't afford the garage. That's what we're most likely to see if we go up from the secret garden, or other gem costing rooms. So I think let's go up from the gymnasium. Entry gives us a step or two. Library lets us start, I think. Let's try this. Oh look, it's a new clue. I was hoping for a gem. Sometimes there's a gem in here. Rip. Well. Okay. If we'd been luckier with the commissary, maybe this wouldn't have been an issue. So let's do the mail room, I think. So then we can have a package, maybe it'll be good. I don't think I'm going to keep the scepter. Because again, today we drafted a ton of blue rooms early. So I think we're going to drop the scepter. Hoping to have better luck in not drafting too many blue rooms. Let's go out, draft the outer room, see if we get the shrine. Oh, I'm a fool. Foolish fool. My dad was lucky. He drafted the throne room pretty early, and therefore was able to trigger the unlock the day he ascended the throne room. You also want some pets? I was not that lucky, as was demonstrated in the latter half of last stream. So, we'll see. It would be sick if the chain didn't reset overnight. Because if we can get the shrine, that could be a benefit. We could put the throne room out there, and as soon as we get yeah, whatever. Let's drop the tool shed. Cool. I assume the grounds don't count as any room. But just to be safe, let's go. Let's send her to in the chapel. Why not? I don't think it matters to donate money at this point, seeing as we've already done most of. I've already read all of the friggin' Blue Tents memos courtesy of my dad and the internet. So probably doesn't matter in the end to buy blue tents. So we'll try to get the parlor early. Okay, that's actually almost as good as it can be for a delivery. I prefer the sleeping mask to the coupon book, but it's pretty good. And I don't remember drafting them, doing anything that would warrant having 2 additional gems to start. But having 2 additional gems to start is pretty good. We'll do this now. Conference room. Because now we have enough. If it shows up, we can do it. Security. Might as well stick the dark room here. And I guess we'll go in. I don't want to draft it though, because I get screwed by it a lot. Yeah, commissary. No gems. Because, again, why would they? Okay. I mean, yeah, let's do the showroom. Emerald bracelet, please. Dang it. Ripperoni. We'll take the master key over the moon pendant. And we'll likely be able to get the moon pendant anyway, but not needing to worry about keys is going to be hopefully big. I want the breaker box, but I don't want to end drafting on this side of the house yet. And rerolls, as we learned, are going to be pretty big. But we've already got a much better ratio of blue rooms to not blue rooms this early. Now I think we can take the utility closet. Secret passage to a green room could get us the greenhouse, and that gives us a lot of gems. I think we just take the dining room, though, just for the most doors, and not spending a gem. Parlor. Let's take the planetarium, because it gives us a reroll, and gets it out of our pool. Parlor. This is the middle box. The gems are in the middle box. This is the middle box. Thank you so much, Blueprints, for giving us these very easy solutions. Bad orientations for all of these. It's not the end of the run if we take either the bedroom or the treasure trove here, because we can go up the dark room. But I don't know. The bedroom kind of pays for itself and gives us the coin purse, which is pretty useless. The hope is always to have a ivory die there, or a trunk. We have the sledgehammer. Okay. So then we can go up security again. Not that it matters all that much with the master key, but we can do that. Hey, we'll take a gem. And we just walk through security, because again, it doesn't really matter when we have the master key. It always happens that the furnace is part of the darkroom draft. Because they actually hate us. Yeah, it's so bad. Oh, where is my throne room? There we go. And so notably, it doesn't count itself as a blue room draft. So we don't have to start the chain yet if we don't think we'll be able to consistently pull it off. We only have 3 rerolls and 1 gem. The study gives us a gem and is a blue room, so we're hopeful for that. I'd like to take the foyer. Why is the gymnasium oriented like that? Oh, I don't want to waste my gem with the aquarium. Can we just take the gymnasium? Can't even look to see if there's an item with the angle. I don't want to risk losing the master key. I don't want to draft here when we don't have gems. So I think pool hall it is. $10 times 16, rounded to the 100th, is 200. Divided by 10 is 20. 10 plus 19 plus 1 is 30. Minus 4 rounds back up to 30. Minus 5 minus 3 rounds down to 20. Minus 1 minus 2 rounds back up to 20. So I think this means doubled. 2 divided by, or 2 plus 2, 4, divided by 2 is 1, times 2 is 4. So your garden key is okay. Tough call. We have only one other avenue here. But I think I'm going to take the quest bedroom. Primarily for the steps, but also I was hoping that there would be a gem in here. So we still have 15 or so, rough estimate, spots to draft. We need 8. And we still have a lot of blue rooms, plus some good blue rooms, multiple avenues. I think Dovecote. I'm going to try to start here. I don't have shovel yet, but I'm hoping Observatory comes up soon. Don't have the battery pack, so we can't make much. Nook is okay. Trunk, give us gems, please. A gem is acceptable. Library is sketchy, but doable. Again, always just check out a new clue. Aquarium counts as all rooms, but that ends the run. Why are you oriented so bad? Yeah, I think we have to take the rotunda, which is absolute garbage. No point rotating it more than this. We need just 2 more after this. Ah, come on, fam. Come on. Yeah, we don't have any other drafts in the house we can do. If we had 1 more, we could go bank on the outer room, but we can't, so... Okay, so moral of the story, we really need to prioritize the observatory here. I'm gonna go end in the planetarium, just for the stars. Also, I realized reflexively that I'm an idiot. I got the 2 gems from the package at the beginning. I just forgot about it in the short period of time that it took between opening the package and moving on, so. Yeah. Also, if we get the commissary with gems, even just like twice there, both times it would have helped so much. Let's try being allergic to drafting blue room whenever we don't have to early on. And see how far that can get us. I'm not going to use the gem, and I do need the keys. I think we do take the observatory this early. No, I did not want to click. Did not want to click that. I'm not going to reset the day, but that's so bad. Also, I forgot that the observatory adds per rank reach, so we don't necessarily want to rush the observatory. I'm low-key tempted just to freeze here. I don't think we're gonna have a very good day. But I guess we can redraw. Again. And you gotta be turned that way, don't you, Boudoir? You just have to be turned that way, because why wouldn't you be turned? Ooh, embarrassing. I don't think I drafted the dark room yet, yeah. Yeah, cool, cool. Misclick of Draxus the Dread. Very shameful. Yeah, let's just... Is it worth drafting? I don't think... We'll go out. We'll see if it's worth drafting the outer room retroactively. I don't think there's any room that we really want. If we get the shrine, I don't think there's any room we have drafted that we really want Blessing of the Monk. Maybe, I mean, yeah. My understanding is that it takes it out of the draft pool. And so maybe the mail room, so that we can have a guaranteed blue room in the outer room when we draft it. I looked up which number gives us the highest length Blessing of the monk, and I sent that to my dad, so I'm just checking my messages with him. No, we talked about it. I looked it up and told him verbally. Did I write it down? No, I didn't. Quick Google search. Monk 77. Okay. So now we gotta sit here and click 77 times, I guess. That gives it for 7 days. Cool. And then end the day in the mailroom, I think. We didn't draft the planetarium, or I would end it there. There's an argument for the utility closet, but I think getting a dead end room out of the pool and having it be a backup, sure, is good enough. My dad called it a day in room 46 with the blessing of the monk, and it did show up in the outer room. And the deed to the house, not the will, the deed to the house was out on the table instead of being in the safe, which was very interesting, but seemingly pointless. Nothing else was different, which was a shame. But the other reason I want the blessing of the monk for this long is there are a number of cool secrets that you can get in rooms out there that I think would be interesting to test. I don't know which of all rooms have stuff like that, but let's get the dark room out of the way, shall we? I don't really want to draft from it until I can breaker box it. What's bedroom there? We'll step in. You turn the lights off. But let's keep going over here. Awful, terrible, miserable. Let's get the storeroom. Just have a good cushion of resources. Yeah, we did activate that. What is with these bad drafts? Take the kennel, and I guess we'll bite the bullet. No, because we could get the furnace, and that would really screw things up. Chapel's good. First good draft we've had. Do we take this? It's so tempting, but it always just hurts so badly not having any gems. We haven't drafted the den, we haven't drafted the parlor. Let's greed, shall we? Boudoir's great. Gives us a gem, gives us 2 rerolls. I was hoping for the East Wing Hall. Conference room is tempting, but I don't want to start the chain yet. So I'm hoping there's another gem out here. Um, and yeah, I think we go up from the throne here. Den is probably ideal. Because 3 gems is a good buffer. Tough call. I don't think we take the commissary. I don't think we take the clock tower. The planetarium gives us another reroll and is a blue room. Security's probably perfect. We do still want the breaker box at some point. And so we will do this. Okay. Nook is pretty good. Now we want the observatory, because we're at a high enough rank where it really would do a lot of good. Workshop is acceptable. Can we keep... Nope, I guess we can't keep going from here. We just need 2 more, and then we can go out and draft the mailroom for sure. Conference room, that's why we didn't want to draft it early. No key card, because why would there be a key card when we need it? Dining room's pretty good, library is functionally the same in terms of orientation of the rooms. Do we risk drafting this door, or do we just go out and get the guaranteed one? I think we just go get the guaranteed one. I don't. We've already spent almost half of our time together just drafting, trying to open these. So I think we're going to go out and get the guaranteed one. Thank you, doggies, for being cute. Dang straight, it's been unlocked. I don't see any noticeable difference. We're being out here, so tell me. But we're gonna remember to go to Blackbridge and get the security chips first, the microchips. And we're also going to read the other admin logs real quick. We're gonna just swoop around the corner and see if this opened the side gate. It didn't. I was hoping it might because the side gate has a holly leaf on it. But okay. It is either that, no, what? Because it's the last it's the first 4 letters of the last name, and then the first letter of the first name. And there were only 3 passports. We try the... Okay, there you go. Meal settings, all good. Okay. That one's already familiar. We're looking for any from Rib J. Okay. 2 new admin keys have been added to the network's user database with P and Rib J. Alright, Gene and I are successfully logged on now. These admin logs can only be accessed by the Blackbridge terminal, so I advise we use this for sensitive messages and suspend electronic mail going. Not going to try to put these chronologically with the other ones. I'm just going to put these in my notes at the bottom. More, as soon as you've got the network address for Manning, you can begin those file transfers now. We need them ASAP. Copy that. It should be done by the time you and Philip are moved out of the shelter. So Wit P is probably Philip Whiting. But whether that... If by Philip you mean Paul, then yes, the timeline can work for us. Yeah, I apologize. His admin key tripped me up for obvious reasons. I'll be wiping these logs regardless as soon as we're done here. So yeah, Randolph Moore was implicit. Complicit with all of the heist and etc. etc. Earstrom Iraha. Don't know. I haven't seen that referenced before. Yeti's friend is a little consequences. Let us know when the transfer is complete. Data packet transfer from Firestrom Iraha. Total file size 14 kilobytes. That's a lot of kilobytes. We have finished moving and have made ourselves at home. Be advised that the 2 additional crates are expected to arrive within the next 3 days. Randolph, instead of simply deleting these logs, would it be possible to instead replace them with manufactured messages? I'd like to leave a trail of breadcrumbs to lure would-be clue seekers down the proverbial garden path. Which I believe are the Bo Lee and Prov C messages. Yes, we can create a dummy admin account with pseudo privileges. Splendid. In that case, I'd better get to writing. Our visitor last week has given me a bit of inspiration for a new book. A new clue. As requested yesterday, new admin key created, though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical length formatting. More, I'd say it's about time to scrub these logs. The 4 of us are ready to go. Yep, and that was probably the copy of the etc. Randolph, I've left the final manuscript in the safe house. Please look after the other children. Should our paths not cross again, we will embrace each other in soot and ash. Do not look within and do not look back, for we are with you, and there is nothing behind you. May the black shores guide you. Rib J with P delisted in the user database. Effective immediately. All electronic mail has been restricted. Okay. Plus access to archived admin logs and deleted database entries. Rod H, Tom K, welcome to the team. Okay. Nope. And data files are just, again, it's just cross-save data. Okay, so that's cool. It doesn't help us much, and it does not give us access to... Okay, and that was deleted too. Interesting. Interesting. Does not give us access to security footage, which is what we really want. But let's go and see what's behind that door. Again, my dad told me to pick whatever the right option is. So hopefully it's something that I would want to pick and not. just for his completion's sake, but I also support his completion's sake, so. Okay. Curtains of camp bypass. You have reached the end of your journey. There are two true boxes in this room. There is no end to this journey. I'm assuming this is the box he wants me to open. That looks suspiciously like the spiral of stars. The next question is, does this box stay open throughout the... does this persist as open cross days, or do I get another chance to open a different one for a different cutscene? Interesting. I haven't drafted the parlor yet, so maybe we go back and try to draft the parlor, and then bring that key back here. We should have enough steps, especially if we can get any of the step increasing things. Let's go try that. Commissary doesn't give us food. I guess we have the library that we can draft down from, so maybe the commissary here is good. Or the utility closet just gets us through the workshop. Yeah, and let's do that. Dining room is kind of what we want. Wine cellar is good. Treasure trove is another upward door. We'll do the wine cellar. Let's go down to the library, because I think we're more likely to get the parlor lower in the house. Commissary is fine. Here. Does sell us gems, finally. Buy a couple of those. Salt shaker is really good, if you can get the kitchen. All you are bad. Let's redraw. East Wing Hall is nice. Parlor. Take the key. I'm gonna draft this door at the very least, hoping. We don't have the sleeping masks. This doesn't matter nearly as much. Sometimes it has bananas. Shame. Okay, we're really low on steps here. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to get out. We can make it, which is going to be the end of the day. And we'll see how punished we get on our walk. There's 1, 2. Now the question, do we open the middle one or the left one? My gut is saying the middle one. But let's see if my dad happens to be at his computer. Okay, so the cutscene that we saw when we opened this one, it's not letting us close it again. There is no end to the journey. The cutscene we got had Simon looking over contemplatively at this one. But that it just feels too easy to say that this was like the right one or something. I don't know. Thematically, it would be fitting to have both of these open as like a contradiction, where it is both the end and not the end. But I feel like the kick in the teeth is, you know, there's something in the non-declarative box that is important. Yeah, let's open this and see what it does. Okay. The Blueprints by Mary Matthew Jones. Okay, so hopefully a good one. Hopefully a good one. Going to my books page to take pictures real quick. To my son Simon, in whose eyes I see the world anew. There was a blue prince who sat on a blue throne. He had a blue crown made of sapphires and a blue castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things blue. It's the only true color in my humble view. He couldn't stand the tint of a hallway or a shop. He couldn't stand the shade of trees the green rooms brought. Note, yellow, green, red rather than orange, but yellow and green are the two other colors in the swimbird book of the birds that are harassing the dive bird, swimbird, whatever. He seldom talked to others, for they rarely shared this view. He never went to town, nor saw the flags they flew. And do you know which game the prince instead would play? The one that made him happy whenever skies were gray. A game he had played in the house and on the grounds, and maybe you can guess from the clues that we have found. It was a game full of rooms, and the stories that we climb, about a house full of lies and the truth that one prince finds. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this game is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A game about you, and the plans that you made, about a blue prince and his blueprints. Blue game we just played. The end. Okay. So if that's the end of your journey, if that's the last thing to do TM in the game, I have a couple of things to check, and I might do reading to see if there's other things worth showing on stream, but that could just be the end of our streams here. That's very sweet though. It would be nice to know if Marion is alive. It would be nice to be able to you know, reconnect with her. There are rooms that are shown in cutscenes from the Great Alzara that we haven't seen. There are elements that we haven't solved for sure. There's the clocks in the room 46. There's the missing bust in room 46. There are all sorts of things we haven't solved. But again, the line has to be drawn at some point for how long we want to keep playing this game. So we're gonna go see. One thing I know is that the secret tunnel leads to a specific room if you draft it outside. And so we're gonna spend a day where we get the secret tunnel and then put it in the outhouse and try to get to that building. And I mean, assuming that the Great Alzara's prophecies are actually true and are meaningful and relevant, there are many rooms we haven't seen. One of the earlier ones mentioned a visitor that was unknown and unwelcomed opening this gate that we haven't encountered yet. If we're over here, we might as well just go end the day in the tent. I guess you can't call it a day in the tent, but... I'll talk with my dad for sure before I formally decide to end all Blueprints streams for the foreseeable future, because I also don't know what game I want to play next on Fridays. I mean, okay, that's not necessarily true. I kind of want to play Armored Core. Armored Core 6. I bought it a long time ago and have not played much of it. So let's find the heckin' secret passage real quick. Secret passage and parlor are the two rooms we're looking for. So we're going to draft hallways today. Planetarium, get that out of the way. Dining room's pretty good. Ooh, put the hallway closet here. We're gonna have a lot of goofed that. We're gonna have a lot of available rooms though, so I'm not too worried about dead ending there. Again, would have been nice to have the emerald bracelet over the master key, but master key makes the Great Hall a good pick. Lockpicking set also does a lot of work. Yeah, this room often has gems in it. Okay. Let's save this path in case we need a specific room. Courtyard, pretty good. I think terrace, honestly, is a good thing to stick here, though. Because if we draft the pool hall, we have a good chance of getting another great hall. 1/2. 1/2 of 6 plus 3 twice. Wow, a key card when we actually can benefit from it. This is miraculous. I wish you were facing the other way. Because we do need a door going up to keep track. Tunnel, probably not great. Take some coins. I think the conference room would be much better in this spot if we can get it. The other Great Hall, it's probably pretty good. Or we just do the secret passage and have that. But we have 2 secret passages and we're set to hallways, so it should be more than enough. Key. Bunch of keys, man. Thanks for hating me, game. Down. Nook's pretty useless. Getting the tunnel out of our draft pool, I think, will be good. I wonder if the normal tunnel would be similar to the secret tunnel, function the same to get to that special room. Might be worth trying. Courtyard doesn't cost anything and gets us over rather than up, because the foundation can get us up if we need. And I like having a sledgehammer. Probably gonna have the West Wing Hall, which is good. I think more... We don't have a sleeping mask, but let's go grab that gem. More steps is what I think is best in that spot. We have the dining room that we can go back to, but it's a long trip back. Secret passage here is probably good. And we'll end our day here. Sure. I think a green room, just since it doesn't cost us anything. Was hoping for the veranda, so glad we got it. Because there's usually a trunk here. Foyer is a little convenient and helps us keep going. But we also have both foundation avenues we can go to, so we could stick one of these here. I don't really want to spend 2 gems, so I think we will just stick the storeroom here. Terrible orientation for these. Yeah, darkroom at least lets us continue. We're still hoping for the parlor. Observatory will give us 7 keys and gems from those Path of Stars, Spiral of Stars. And all of these look like acceptable offerings, except I don't really want the Southern Cross still. Then lose is, you know, concerning. Parlor, might as well. That's what we want. So it's both missions accomplished. We don't have to keep drafting at this point. So I don't think we will. I think we'll grab these rerolls. But let's go take the parlor key and see if we can go open another box down. Ooh, there isn't another key. Ooh, spicy. Way to emphasize that the journey is over. Okay. That's kind of huge. Okay, a quick glance at the wiki says that there's still actually a lot to do. So I might even be wrong about the secret passage leading to that room. But we'll go try it. We'll see if we can get that to happen. And if nothing else, we can spend the rest of the stream trying out different rooms with the blessing of the prince, or the blessing of the monk. Because there are a couple of rooms that I'm interested to see if they're different out in the outer room. The Great Hall is one of them, honestly. Let's go end the day in the secret passage. Okay. Grab these. Okay, yeah. Secret passage costs a gem, but we should be fine with that. So I don't know what to pick is the problem. I don't think it's a red room. I doubt it's a bedroom. I don't think it's a shop. It's either going to be a hallway or a green room, but I'm leaning towards green room, assuming it even leads anywhere. Yeah, okay. So there's a missing piece of the puzzle then. I wonder if there is anything you can do out here, though. Anyway, okay. So the next step is to go to the vault, because one of the blue tent's notes mentions the family core being in the vault. And so we can spend as much time as we want futzing around in there. I'm not committing yet to what I want to play after Blueprints, but I am leaning towards Armored Core as a good reason to play the game, and also as a change of pace from puzzle games. Don't get me wrong, I'm tempted to play Lorelei and the Laser Eyes right up after this, but I don't really want to have only puzzle games on this stream, this channel. Puzzle games and Nintendo games, because, you know, I play a lot of Legend of Zelda. We don't have a sledgehammer. We kept the master key. That's actually huge. We can just open this. Oh, look. Let's go off to the side, because we're going to need gems. Gems or the showroom. Take a lockpick set. Doesn't matter, but I like having it. There's still rooms we want to adjust the rarity of. Coat check especially. We want to make you at least unusual, because I'm so sick of getting bottlenecked by that. Don't need to change that, and I don't think I need to change. Maybe we'll make the bunk room unusual. I'm actually gonna make the coat check rare, because I just hate seeing it. And more often than not, all of the items that matter I can just find in a run if I need. Commissary, we don't have any items that would dissuade it from providing us with a bunch of items, so it's a bit of a shame, but Boudoir gives us a gem. Walk-in closet can give us a gem. Kennel, we don't have a shovel, but kennel is always a safe pick. We'll do the kennel. Would have been nicer to put the kennel up in the corridor or courtyard, but, you know. Kitchen is tempting because it gives us food. Corridor is also okay. It takes 3 gems, I think, to get to the vault. And so I'd like to keep my gems as much as possible. Sure, sure. I think observatory, because it gives us a bunch of gems. At this point, it's probably the safest. Sail is okay. Apples are being delicious is good. Then lose 3. Doesn't say 3 what yet. I'm hoping it's something like steps. If it's lose 3 stars, that's going to be a real kick in the teeth. Showroom. Yeah, we already have the master key. That means it's all but guaranteed to have the emerald bracelet. We'll buy the moon pendant again. Now we can just draft with abandon. Okay, so now there is the parlor key here. We can go back down there. We haven't had the breaker box. Go to the blueprints is fine. Vestibule's fine. West Wing Hall gives us more drafts. We don't want to dilute our draft pool today. I almost took the library because I was curious if there was something behind the throne, of the throne. But wasn't necessarily worth missing a draft, I don't think. We haven't found security or any other room that would benefit from it. But gymnasium. Always do it anyway. And I don't think there's any benefit to doing the seal unlock twice because it says permanently. So I can't imagine there needing to be a second iteration of that. I think that works. I hope we didn't have to go in once. I just wanted to save a step. Cool. So we've got a meal in the dining room whenever we want. We've got the key card now. It's actually aggravating because that means we have to go back and turn it on in security or in the utility closet if we want to benefit from that. We will draft the laboratory and use it to access security to just turn off the security system. We have all the keys we could possibly need, so it doesn't matter if it's high or not. Aggravating as well that it's right here. I mean, I thought it'd be kind of cool if they gave us another opportunity to add a room or other events, but I don't want to lose half of my steps. The Great Hall is probably fine because, again, we have lockpick set and the master key. Well, okay. I don't know when I'm going to start re-rolling the vault. Mechanarium, it would be just the two doors, and one of them is definitely going to go up to the antechamber and not go across. We have the workshop 3 doors. The question is whether that would go down or across. 4. Never mind, Mechanarium's probably good. Yeah. Cool. Again, don't want to dilute the draft pool. Office gives us a gem, so it's probably good enough. Oh boy, if we lose the Emerald Bracelet, we're in trouble. If we lose the Master Key, that's probably fine. We have 11 keys. If we lose the Wind-Up Key, we're sad. But I think we do the Lost and Found here. Coupon book, that's an easy loss. We really don't need that. I'll take the Repellent. Honestly, I kind of hate the Lost and Found, so it's either that or the Dark Room that I'll use the Repellent on. This is a good spot for security. Closed exhibit or boiler room are both fine. Let's do the boiler room. And then I haven't used Banner of the King. I'm going to use it for blue at this point. And hope that that gets us the vault. Music room is fine. Aren't many major keys that we care about at this point. We've opened this antechamber door, but we don't need to go. But I mean, actually, I don't know if I even pulled the lever in the throne. Yeah, I didn't even bother. That's so funny. We don't have the quest bedrooms, so whatever. Okay. So let's go down as far as we can. We'll go back to the vestibule, draft that room, then we can go back to the bedroom, go back, we can go up the den if we don't have any more steps, or we can go down, eat food, and then come back. Drawing room lets us keep going, and gives us a gem for when we are re-rolling. Oh, no, that's beyond. I mean, okay, it spreads food in the conference room, so that's kind of okay. Sure, that gives us another draft, and then we can draft up from the den. we're just going to take the trophy room here and get a bunch more gems, because the vault tends to show up more in the upper rooms anyway. Okay. Make sure we don't take wrong steps here. Running shoes, that's a shame. That's a shame. I don't want to waste the step that it would take to get to the dark room, so I think we're just gonna repel into the lost and found because I hate it. But wait, we have the stopwatch. And we lost the wind-up key because I'm an idiot, but stopwatch lets us run back. So we'll have to try the wind-up key a different day. Doesn't matter, we have the wind-up key or the stopwatch running. And so it's far enough that we don't need to worry about the rest. We'll be able to get to the conference room for sure. We'll just go here and redraw as many as we can until we get the vault. Or maybe we take the wine cellar, because it'll give us more rerolls down at the den. Okay. Yeah, sucks to lose the wind-up key. That's kind of a shame. Eat a ton of fruit. Yeah. Last chance. Man, they really hate me. Okay. Like the master bedroom. I mean, get max steps from the master bedroom. It's kind of fun. Okay. Quick click through. So, no planetarium. I mean, we can just end our day in the parlor. That's probably the most efficient option if we're trying to get the key again. End in the parlor, and then we just go take the key right over. Gotta find my way through this maze of a house. And then depending on if we're lucky and find the vault, might be the end of our stream today. For the time being, I plan to keep playing. I need to talk with my dad and see if we can suss out some of the remaining puzzles. So next week I will be playing Blueprints again. But we are definitely approaching the end of the game. I don't know if I want to try to commit to anything more than that. I'd like to be able to say something like I won't go over 40 streams of Blueprints, but if it happens, it happens. We're not going to solve it, but I'm just curious. Because again, many things are subtly different when drafted outside in that room. So I was curious if there would be a specific, like, combination of box entries. Nothing. Okay. I'm going to doubt that it plays the cutscene again, but remember that there was the kind of spiral of stars symbol in the wood. We'll open this. Kicks and giggles, because again, just to see. Oh, look, it's the blueprints. Which I think very sweet. Very sweet for sure. Okay. So again, we're looking for the vault. We kept the master key, which is good. If we can get the showroom early, then I might just banner the king for blue early as well. Because if we can get the emerald bracelet, then we are golden. I mean, maybe I just banner the king early anyway. I don't know. It's always a tough call. Want to have gems in case we run into the vault organically. And the rerolls, again, stocking up on rerolls is generally good. Replaces itself and is rerolls. Sure. Let's get the planetarium out of the way. Again, it's a reroll. Yeah. Trying to get as many blue rooms as I can out of the ecosystem. I don't want the observatory yet. I want to have that higher up. Especially if it's going to have me lose stars every time. I want to make sure that I can get my money's worth. Let's do the Nook. Music sounds slightly different from the normal Minecraft soundtrack. I'm gonna take the chapel here because I like the upper orientation more than I like the blue room drafted. Yeah, dining room here is much nicer. Ooh. Study or breaker box. Study is a gem and lets us reroll. I think we'll play it safer. Of course, they aren't going to be oriented the way we need them to be oriented, so we have to reroll here. Yeah, the showroom was what I was hoping for. I'm tempted to take the gymnasium because it connects the best, but if we can buy them or bracelet, then we're happy campers, which we can't. Well, bracelet. I'll buy the silver spoon over the ornate compass. The compass is really tempting. But being able to backtrack as needed is going to be good too. Let's do the dark room because we have the breaker box so close. We're already off. So I'm tempted to go for the Banner of the King now. But I think I'm going to wait until we can connect the foundation. Commissary is a little worse. Let's get security and make sure that we can unlock or power off the security system, because that's currently the biggest thing that will end our runs. We will set it to high, just kicks and giggles. I think the kitchen. Let's get a bunch of food. Silver spoon in our mouth and all. We'll save the club sandwich in case we get the waiting room. The conference room. Take a few more drafts and then we'll do Banner of the King. We have the foundation connection that we wanted. So I think getting the study now, the dead end here, but getting the study, get the gem, and also be able to use gems to reroll, that'll help bring us home. We don't have a shovel, so it's kind of useless. Nor are we likely to draft that room. This might give us a shovel. Wouldn't you know it? We honestly don't need anything we can dig up. Most we'll get is turnips, and we don't need turnips right now. Okay, we've turned off the gymnasium. And now I think we're going to banner the king for blue. Rotunda's great here. Observatory also would be pretty good, but this gives us access to all possible drafts from this orientation. Yeah, let's do the observatory in the highest rank. And see what we lose from the Path of Stars now. Lose 3 steps. Okay. Bit of a kick in the teeth, but now we have 19 rerolls plus 2 to get the vault. So I'm not unhappy. I always front load the Rotunda rotations just because if we're in here, anyway, we might as well. Aquarium gives us more draft opportunities, takes a blue room out. Perfect. Sure, that's fine. Wine cellar's a good one to get out of the way. These all dead end. So let's reroll. Gallery gets us another draft and takes it out of the pool. And, you know, gives us more gems too. Trophy room gives us more gems, but I think we can feel free to reroll at this point. Rumpus room gives us another draft, and again, it gets us to buried treasure as well, which hopefully I don't want the freezer. Let's just take the library. I think I've already dug up buried treasure in the library, but I'm mildly curious to see if there's anything buried here. I don't think there's anything else buried special. Dang. Money. Yeah, we wanted the gems. But that's a-okay. gonna draft this room. See what we can do with it. My cat has started to scream for his dinner, which is pretty good for him because it's only 10 minutes early. Usually he is hours early. Mechanarium, we have a lot of doors, so I think Mechanarium's a good pick here. We even have one extra door, which is neat. We don't want the ballroom. Chamber of Mirrors, we don't want to dilute our draft pool that badly. Trophy room is good. We can stick the trophy room here. Dovecoat's probably fine. We don't really care about getting to room 46. We just want to draft as many rooms as we can. Or yeah, we have. I think we have enough that we can just constantly re-roll until we get what we want. Or because you can only do it 8 times with the study. You can only, yeah. So we can start being more aggressive with our gem spending. Because we've got a couple of options that will lead us to the left and continue drafting. Yeah, so we'll take the music room as a bad default and still have the ability to do that almost 3 more times. I thought in the fraction of a second, oof, fraction of the second that would have taken me to remember. We don't have the, no, we do have the conference room. That's, again, that's a bunch of steps that we can get if we need. Why is the vault so hard to get here when we want it? I'm tempted by the classroom, but I think we're going to keep going a little bit longer. We'll take the attic because it can give us more gems. A good number of more gems. We don't want the compass. Take the metal detector because why not? I mentioned earlier on stream, but this is the one that highlights the vault as a room worth checking on the security cameras. Okay, so now we go back to the gymnasium. There aren't as many blue rooms that go straight forward. I guess now that we've drafted the secret garden, we should look out. No, again, stupid. We do have the conference room. Drafting studio, I guess, is one that we want to look for as a default. Definitely not ballroom. And preferably not pool. Cloister of Rena, I mean, it's... Nah. Maybe we'll take the corridor. I'd rather draft a blue room. Ooh, I don't want the ballroom. The secret passage can't lead to a blue room, which is another kick in the teeth. Archives wouldn't hurt us because we know that the room we're looking for has a 3-gem requirement, but it could hurt us because there are other rooms that have 3-gem requirements. We'll do one more reroll. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I truly don't know why the vault is so truant right now. I'm almost tempted to take the commissary, hoping that I could buy gems from it. Solarium is actually potentially good. I think I have the vaulted rare. I mean, I think I'll take the risk on that. Standard, rip. Why, if it's standard, why is it not showing up? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is there like some prerequisite? We have security. Insane. Absolutely insane. Truly, truly the game just wants me to keep playing. Because that was 30 plus rerolls that we did and did not see the vault a single time. Aggravating. We have a bunch of coins. We buy the compass, doesn't matter. Buy the chronograph. Insurance in case I reroll too quickly. I don't think it can hurt us to eat meal. We might be cooked because of the solarium at this point, because I set a bunch of blue rooms to rare or unusual because I don't like them. And so they're more likely to show up in these entrance hall slots. Yeah, because I made the coat check rare and the pantry is rare. Nothing for it but to try one last time. Wouldn't you know it? At least the Great Hall gets us one more draft. And likely it has the possibility of giving us gems. If not fully likely, especially with the metal detector, it's probably going to give us keys and coins, but... Oh, look, keys. Oh, look, a key. Anyway. Yeah, whatever. No downside to taking the freezer, because we can't draft anything else. Okay. So that's, I'm gonna end the stream after this, but we can decide at least. We can go end of the day in the planetarium, and then have that be showing up in the outer room, so it's not gonna show up elsewhere. I don't know if there's any room. Maybe the study. The study for free outside is probably a good end of the day thing. I'm leaning towards planetarium just to get more stars, though. Planetarium or wine cellar. I mean, getting a free 3 gems at the start with no consequence and taking a dead end room out is probably good too. But the planetarium is closer, so I think we'll probably just go do that and be lazy. Because I don't need to go to room 46. Cool. Good chat. Okay. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'll be playing at least one more day of Blueprints streaming. Especially if I can get my dad to test things to try to see if we can find what the family core is used for. So, stream schedule, I have kind of decided. My friend hasn't gotten back to me on whether he's going to be free, but if he is free, we're going to play Deep Rock Galactic, just a quick fun stream on Monday. It'll be an hour later at 8 p.m. Eastern Time instead of 7 because he works in Mountain Standard Time and therefore gets off work much later than I am streaming, usually. So that'll be on Monday. I'll do another Tears of the Kingdom stream on Thursday, barring some other thing coming up, because I think it's not Thanksgiving next week. Yeah, Thanksgiving is the week after. And yeah, I finished. I have like 2 minutes of footage to go through. I have edited a video that should be going up on the channel soon. So if you want to see that when it goes live, hit the notification bell. I never do because I hate getting notifications on YouTube, but you know, it's an option if you want. And then, yeah, I think that's everything. So I hope you have a good weekend. Hope you have good plans, or if not, that I hope your not good plans are a good time too. And yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, bye-bye.